with some technical issues, but in the next session we'll be talking about building EVM dApps on Bitcoin with Rootstock. My name is Olia. I lead developer experience at Rootstock Labs. You can find me fairly easily on most socials at Olia Dukova, with an exception for Discord, which is bidl.ftw. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or need any support, technical or otherwise, with whatever you're building. I've done a couple of, I've come as a hacker to a couple of ETH global events, and this is the first time we're bringing Rootstock to this event, so I'm super excited. All right, so in this 20-minute session, we'll cover a few things. Mainly, I'll give a short introduction to Rootstock architecture. We'll have a look at the ecosystem, smart contracts and dApp development, and development tooling and resources that will help you building on Rootstock. And then I'll share a little bit about a recent project that we've been working internally on with our developer experience team. All right, so let's start. What is Rootstock? Rootstock is a Bitcoin sidechain. It's the first and longest running, so the OG Bitcoin sidechain. We've been in main net since 2018, so for about 6 years now, with 100% uptime, which we are very proud of. What makes Rootstock special is that it's fully EVM compatible. So builders can write smart contracts in Solidity, and all the developer tooling will work as it would have worked on any other EVM compatible chain. So I'll dive into it a little bit later. And finally, Rootstock is secured by merge mining. So it's merge mined with Bitcoin, and I'll explain how that works in the next couple of slides. A little dive into the architecture. So RSKJ, it stands for Rootstock Java, is the node, is the main component of the chain. It was originally forked from Ethereum J. You can find the implementation on GitHub. It's open source under a license. We do welcome community contributions via pull requests on GitHub, so if you're interested, you can check that out. Also, the RSK white paper is available on the website, which is rootstock.io. RSK IPs, so Rootstock improvement proposals, very similar to EIPs. Open source on GitHub. It's basically a bunch of markdown files that everybody can go and check out under the CCO license. And there's also a forum for those discussions. It's kind of like just a bit more user-friendly. It's categorized, so if anybody's interested. Right, let's have a look at how Rootstock is connected to Bitcoin. I mentioned merge mining at the start of my talk. Merge mining was not invented by the team, Rootstock Labs, or anything. It exists as a method. There are a bunch of other networks that use it, but as I mentioned earlier, Rootstock is the most successful project being merge mined with Bitcoin that's ever been out there. So the way it works is that Bitcoin miners, they include the change of state of the Rootstock network in the Bitcoin block header. And the difficulty of the cryptographic puzzle that is needed for the Rootstock chain is lower than is needed for the Bitcoin chain. Hence, some of the headers that do not solve the puzzle for Bitcoin are still valid solutions for the Rootstock network. You can check out more about how merge mining works. It's quite interesting on the site, and read about more the architecture, but that's pretty much, I think, all you need to know at this point. The other way we can describe Rootstock connection to Bitcoin network is also through cryptocurrency. So Rootstock is not subsidized. We do not have a separate token. So the gas fees on Rootstock networks are paid in RBTC, which stands for Smart BTC. It's basically, you can think about it as a wrapped version of BTC. The bridge used for that is called PowerPeg, so proof of work peg. And basically, it's a federation bridge secured by proof of work and HSMs. So the way it works is basically it provides bidirectional conversions between BTC and RBTC at the one-to-one exchange. Again, there's more kind of information about it in the docs if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Now let's have a look at the rootstock connection with Ethereum. That's why we're here. The RVM, which stands for Rootstock Virtual Machine, basically uses the same opcodes as EVM, which makes it fully EVM compatible. So all the Solidity code, all the smart contracts can be executed by RVM. So not just you can write your code in Solidity, your smart contracts, you can also use all the tooling that you're already used to. So if you've been developing in the space, so dev frameworks like Hat, Foundry, WAGMI, you name it, everything will work. And then from the user kind of perspective, also the Rootstock node exposes the same JSON RPC interface as a Ethereum node would, so you can also easily port dApps from Ethereum compatible chains with just a slight change in configuration. Cool. RIF. So RIF stands for Rootstock Infrastructure Framework. It is a bunch of apps and services you can find in our docs. Cool, thank you. That basically will make it easier for you to build on top of Rootstock. They include things like wallet, the RNS. I encourage you to check that out. There's also an RPC API. You can find it at rpc.rootstock.io, and the Explorer to kind of monitor on testnet while you develop an app. So that's all in the docs. There's a few facts on here. I'm not going to dive into them because I don't think I have much time. But I mentioned most of these things to you already. Something I didn't say about merge mining is that it's almost 60%. So it's roughly of Bitcoin hash rate is used to secure Rootstock network also, so a lot. Cool, this is the ecosystem slide. Again, not going to dive in, I don't have much time. Feels like a needed slide in any crypto presentation. Right, so these are the tools I mentioned earlier. So you can see on different levels, so smart contract, DevTools, and client-side libraries also, due to EVM opcode level compatibility, JSON RPC compatibility. I've put a few logos for you here, you probably recognize. There is a few integrations that we have that will again help you build. We've got ThirdWeb, Gelato for contract automation, EtherSpot for account abstraction, Crypto.do is the no-code, low-code solution, Covalent Tenderly, Blockscat, etc. I have a little demo here on how to build a dApp on Rootstock and 3 easy steps. It's very bare bones, super basic, but just wanted to show you quickly how easy it is. It's also very ugly, and I apologize for the slides, they're also ugly. I hope our designer never sees them. But basically, we need Node.js, MetaMask configured for Rootstock, and test our BTC, which you get from the faucet. If you have any problems, please find our team, and we'll give you TRBTC. And then Hat, Solidity, React, and ETHJS. I'm sure you guys are familiar with all of this. I'm not going to dive into it. So creating a smart contract, we initialize Hat projects and xHat, install dependencies, and then we create .env file where we store the private key. So all pretty basic. Then a smart contract in Solidity. This is very basic. It basically just takes a vote for your favorite smart contract programming language. And then we update the Hat config file with a Rootstock URL, create deployment script, and that's pretty much it. We compile and deploy, and it should work. This is the hardest bit, is the front end. This is in React. I'm a rubbish React developer, but it still works. I'll run you through it. So we create the app, install EtherJS for interaction with the chain, create the voting component. This is the longest file in the whole repo. I'm not going to dive into it. It's fairly basic also. So then we update the app component, update index file. This step is important. Add your contract API from the Hat project. And then we start the application, npm start. So that's what we should have. I'll try to show you quickly if that will work. I'm not sure. Here we go. So we vote, let's say, Solidity. Confirm. And spending, it will take 28 seconds. Maybe we can come back to it. We can have a look at this at the end, I guess. if I have time. All right, what else we have? Something I wanted to mention, we do have a separate bounty for runes on Rootstock. Our DevX team have recently built a kind of a proof of concept for the bridge, rune store bridge. So it kind of has the basic functionality of minting runes on Bitcoin, bridging to Rootstock, minting on Rootstock, reverse bridging. There is a QR code if you're interested for the GitHub repo to explore this, and I've provided a couple of ideas of what can be built. So basically integrating runes into DEX, building a marketplace, airdrops, or again, DEX borrowing, lending with runes. We've got a grants program, just opened a new wave, so your building does not have to finish here at the hackathon. It's a pretty great program on top of the financial funding. We do have actually 3 million USD to give out, but we offer also technical support, go-to-market, and just generally we do care about our ecosystem. So yeah, if you like to learn more about it, maybe find us at the booth and we'll give you more details. I'd also like to invite you to join our ambassador program and be part of our community. All the info is on the site. The 3 tracks we have here, so any DeFi on Rootstock, best runes, as I mentioned earlier, and best use of Rootstock blockchain. Can be anything you like, from AI to real-world asset tokenization, DePIN, whatever takes your fancy. We also have a bounty for that. This is the hacking guide that might be handy, so that will have all the documentation, all the resources you might need, but you can also find us at the booth. We will be there to help you. That's pretty much it. Come do say hello. We do have a booth. Thank you so much for attending, and hopefully see you around.